All right, the latest that is coming in right now is that the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has met the MEA Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and the Prime Minister over what is taking place in the Galwan region. Things are clearly escalating as we speak diplomatically as well. But an official statement is going to be issued out very, very soon. Things are not looking good at the LAC. Things extremely heated right now, especially with the Indian troops as well. I want to connect right now to Gaurav Sawant, who's going to take us through this possible meeting between the Defence Minister, the Minister of External Affairs and the Prime Minister. Gaurav, what more are you learning on this meeting?
So, there's been a hardening of stance on both sides. While China has accused India of transgressing and going across, and they've said so officially in a statement, India hasn't said anything harsh, but India's actions on ground indicate that India is going to hold territory, and that's for sure. Preeti, if I may, there is a lot more clarity. We were having this conversation through the day. The Chinese brigade commander, the brigadier level talks that were on, the Chinese had agreed to withdraw to the other side of the line of actual control. That instruction had also been passed on to the commander on ground, the commanding officer on ground. This fight started, Preeti, when the Indian side went to confirm that the Chinese withdrawal had taken place, and apparently the Chinese withdrawal had actually started late in the evening. And then, we've shown that place on a map. It's a very narrow area, where the Galwan River comes in. The Chinese had come all the way to the confluence where it meets the Shok River. They had started moving back from there earlier. Now they were supposed to go back on the other side, and which is at a height. The Chinese, when they were going back, there was an altercation because the Chinese refused to go back all the way, and the Indian patrol insisted, and this is the verification patrol. This verification patrol insisted that they need to go back to the other side. That is where an altercation took place. Whether it was by design or not, we were waiting for more clarity. The second Chinese patrol came, and it kind of, came and they started attacking the Indian patrol. Our boys were outnumbered because this was only a verification team, and verification team is never armed at the LAC anyways. The Chinese team was armed with clubs, and that's when they attacked our team. The message went out to own team in the rear. The second team came, a bigger fight happened, and the moment a bigger fight happened in an effort to push the Chinese back, bigger teams came in from both sides, which were in the rear. Remember, the battalions were in the rear, only a few troops were in the front, but it just kept building up and built up to such a level that, there were massive fisticuffs, and officers on both sides got involved, trying to placate their men to go back. Just kept getting increased, and we lost the commanding officer. 2 soldiers confirmed. Apparently, we've had some very serious non-fatalities on our side and some very serious injuries on the Chinese side, which has resulted in the hardening of stance on both sides. But as of now, our soldiers are on top, is what I'm being told, at Petrol Point 14 area, at the line of actual control. But all along now, the situation is very, very tense.
Gaurav, before I move on, because right now, what do we know? We know that the Defence Minister, the Minister of External Affairs, the Prime Minister are all locked in a meeting. What we do know right now on the border, on the LAC, in fact, is, Gaurav, that there is still a standoff, which you just pointed out again. So the standoff hasn't quite thawed. That's still continuing right now as we speak at the LAC.
In fact, Preeti, this may just intensify in the days and weeks to come unless the two sides get higher direction, because soldiers will not stand down. You're a soldier's daughter yourself. You know soldiers in such a situation, especially if you've lost a commanding officer, especially if you've lost brothers in arms. There is no way that they are going to stand down on either side. And the Chinese have also had serious fatalities and casualties on their side. They may or may not declare it now, but there have been serious casualties on the Chinese side. There are troops on both sides, Preeti, I'm told, who are missing in action from last night's exchange of fisticuffs and
Gaurav, there's so much speculation right now. We just want to put out the official figures. We just want to put out the official figures. We are hoping right now that we're going to get in another statement. But, what are you picking up from your sources? We don't want to give numbers out there, but is there a chance that there might be a rise in fatalities, a rise in captures?
God forbid, look, injuries are critical on both sides, and on our sides, on our side, I was told early this morning we had about 11 non-fatal injuries. Some of them were critical injuries. I mean, imagine if you're being hit with a club with nails studded onto that iron club, the injuries will be serious. Also, barbed wire wrapped around clubs. So injuries are serious. The fact that when you lost a commanding officer, soldiers went out, to ensure that the sanctity of the line of actual control was respected. And these are very brave, battle-hardened soldiers of the Bihar Regiment, one of the battalions of the Bihar Regiment. So, it was a very violent fisticuffs and face-off at the line of actual control yesterday. So, we will wait for the official confirmation to come in. But the message that went out from the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and from the Chief of Army Staff General Naravne was very clear. India will ensure that the sanctity of the line of actual control is maintained, respected, and not give an inch of our territory to Chinese aggressors.
What is the message right now, Abhishek? We're waiting in for some more news break coming in, but what is the message right now which has been filtered down to the troops right now stationed at the LAC? Troops extremely angry, troops that have lost their CO, a colonel there. What is the message that is filtered in right now by the command?
Preeti, there have been several rounds of meetings at the security establishment in Delhi. In fact, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has got into a huddle on a couple of occasions in the last 3 to 4 hours with the service chiefs, with the CDS, with the Foreign Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar. So clearly, each and every development that is coming from the ground is being discussed in the security establishment. A very close watch is being kept. This is unprecedented, what has happened, and of course the situation is extremely volatile. There are no two ways about it, and there's no hiding the fact that the Indian army and the Chinese army are in a situation which has not taken place in decades, and that's the reason why this is a very, very serious situation. It's not a usual face-off that has taken place in the past years. Even Doklam wasn't anywhere close to this, even though sources are maintaining that there was no fire exchanged. But it seems that the escalation was of a level that, it has injured people on the ground. There have been fatalities on both sides. As far as the Indian side is concerned, 3 fatal casualties have been confirmed by the Indian Army. The Indian Army did say in their statement that there were fatalities on the Chinese side as well. Sources have said that 3 to 4 Chinese army troops or officials died, but no official word from China as of now.
Gaurav, this is going to be, this is the acid test, trial by fire for the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deal with this crisis right now. Till now, there has been no official word from him. We haven't seen a tweet or anything else. However, politics is rife. Okay, so we have Rahul Gandhi, who's just tweeted out a short while back. Rahul Gandhi has tweeted out saying, "Words cannot describe the pain I feel for the officers and men who sacrificed their lives for our country. My condolences to all those loved ones. We stand with you in these difficult times." Now, this is a tweet by Rahul Gandhi. All of right now, what we do know is that the Prime Minister, the Defence Minister and the External Affairs Minister are all together holed up in a meeting defining the course of action. But Gaurav, I want to bring you in with what we were talking about. This is trial by fire. It's the acid test for the Prime Minister on how he deals with China now. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.